Welcome to PaddyCast. In this episode, we're joined by unified superlight world champion, the Tartan Tornado, Joss Taylor. How are you, Joss?
Hi, no bad, Paddy, my man. All good. Over here in sunny Spain now. How's yourself?
Oh, brilliant. All good. I'm here in rainy Belfast, but someone has to do it, So here,
Always
tell me.
raining over there, though, isn't it? There's nothing new. It's always raining. Every time I've been, it's always pissing down with rain.
It's terrible. It's like Scotland. Here, tell me, Joss, I want to know how you get started boxing, basically, from your early days as an amateur.
Well, I kind of just started boxing when I was about 14, 15, going to sort of training just to keep fit. I was a black belt taekwondo at the time, and I was kind of looking for something new, something fresh to start, And my mum was working in Meadowbank Sports Centre in Edinburgh at the time, so she said to me then that there was a boxing gym there, and I used to go down there in like school holidays and stuff like that. And at the time, Alec Arth was training in there for his pro fights and stuff coming up. So I used to go down there during the summer holidays and train, do a wee bit like that. Just sort of started getting in there like that as a hobby.
Yeah.
Going in there, went to a couple of my mates after school on a Monday and a Wednesday. I'd get on the bus and go away an hour's drive into the Edinburgh city centre to go to boxing. Me and a couple of my pals, but they soon faded away, and I just kept going and going and going, and just taking it as a hobby really until I come back early 2010 Commonwealth Games. I come back with a silver medal, and I thought, right, I'm pretty good at this, so I'm going to take this as far as I can go, So I just started taking it more seriously from then on. I started, dedicating myself with it, no making an arse of myself and fucking about, sorry for the French, but fucking about round outside in the streets with my friends and things like that. I just decided to dedicate myself to the sport and see how far I could take it. And here we are now, world champion.
Yeah, unified too at that. You said in 2010, you took it serious after the Commonwealth Games final. You lost to Tom Stalker. It was the final. Good fight. Obviously, after that tournament, silver medal, I'm sure, even though you got a silver, you felt on a high. You were competing at a high level. So you felt that you could transfer that to the likes of the worlds and Europeans. Did it give you confidence?
Yeah, of course. I went to the Commonwealth Games like kind of no really expect. I thought, right, if I come back with a medal, it was kind of wishful thinking. That was the kind of mentality I had. But you put me in that ring, it doesn't matter who it is in front of you. I think I'm winning. I'm going to win. And if I get beat at the end of the world, I was the world's worst loser at anything. Like, the competitiveness is just unbelievable. So when I come back, but when fight after fight, I was progressing. Then I got the bronze medal, and then the silver medal fight, and then in the final, I thought, Jesus, well, I've done well here. I didn't expect this, but I remember losing that fight and it being the worst feeling in the world. And I thought, Jesus, you weren't really even, taking it serious, really proper serious. Dedicating yourself to it. I mean, I was doing my training and stuff, but I was still going about outside and getting into trouble and all that sort of stuff, and wasn't taking it too seriously. And then I come back with a silver medal, and then I thought, well, you've boxed at a pretty high level there, and you've only been boxing really for full time, for 3 years. And I thought, right, let's take this as far as you can go. And I was getting paid off for going for jobs left, right, and centre because I was always on training camps and things like that. So I thought, right, let's take this as far as we can go. And I've done well in the amateur circuit as well. I was on the circuit with you, kind of going to the same tournaments as you, Europeans, Worlds, and tournaments over the world. So I've done not too bad.
In the amateurs, you fought like massive names in the amateur scene. You had very close fights with the likes of Valentino, the Kazakh Yusunov, and Konstantin, who are both current Olympic champions. You actually beat Konstantin as well. So
I beat him in London actually. So done well. I've done well in the amateur circuit. So after the Commonwealth Games in 2010, I then started believing in myself, like
Yeah.
really believing in myself that I could become world champion. And it's the best decision I made was to dedicate myself to the sport, and I'm here now and world champion and achieved
Yeah.
my lifetime goal. So I am proud as punch, mate. Proud as
Yeah.
punch.
Even before we go into your pro career, like, you know, you qualified for the London Olympics at the same tournament as me. We qualified together.
Yeah.
Like, how that make you feel, like qualifying for the Olympic Games? Like, was that a good? Do you feel achievement for yourself?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I was thinking I'm the first sort of lightweight to, or the first Scottish. I believe I was the first Scottish athlete to qualify for Olympics since Dick McTaggart, I think.
Yeah.
He won the gold in 1962, I think it was, or 1963. He won the gold medal. So it's 50 years on, and I was the first sort of Scottish guy to compete for Olympics for
Yeah.
Scotland. So in boxing, so it was a massive achievement.
Well.
And out qualifying the English lad and the Welsh lad, Joe Cardina and Sam Maxwell, you
Yeah.
know, all being on the GB squad together, and a guy for Scotland out qualifying them was just the sense of achievement, and that was just brilliant.
Yeah, I must also add, when you talk about Dick McTaggart there and about being creating history, about being the first guys to qualify. Well, Dick McTaggart didn't actually qualify. If you won the senior championships, you were sent. Nah.
Oh, right.
So you can have that mantle piece and say
Oh,
you're the
well,
first boxer to qualify.
I didn't know
uh, so obviously the big games in London were massive in the actual arena, but do you think the experience of competing at the games helped you, like, fight as a professional in the big arenas too?
Aye, 100%. Especially with the build up to the Olympic Games, I don't know what it was like with you and over in Ireland there. I guess it was massive as well, the build up to it, or the media coverage that you were getting coming into the gym, and medias and interviews, and
Yeah.
sparring in front of the cameras, and then doing all the media training and fighting in front of the big crowds, 10,000 people every time you're boxing.
Yeah.
That, and mixed with the Delhi 2010 games as well, same sort of pressure with the media and the crowd in that as well, definitely helped me in the pro career.
So,
Fighting in front of massive crowds like that, and so 100% that experience definitely helped.
so like you reached, like, basically the pinnacle of sport, getting the Olympic Games. You came up short for a medal, but
Yeah.
did you not ever think about going professional straight away then?
I kind of did. I did at the time, but then I knew Glasgow 2014 was just around the corner, and that was a
Yeah.
home games as well. So for me, I thought I could go pro here, but then would I get the deal that I would really deserve? Probably
Yeah.
not. A wee Scottish guy who nobody'd really heard of, been at the Olympics, but nobody really heard of, wouldn't really get the deal that I deserved. So I decided to hold on and wait till Glasgow 2014, and obviously the performances in the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games were brilliant. I think
Yeah.
I dropped like 3 of my opponents and stuff like that with the 5, and hurting people left, right, and centre. And the performances were amazing. And then I ended up getting a good deal and end up doing well as a pro. Having good exposure at the start of my career, and end up kind of flying up the ranks kind of
Yeah.
quite quick.
Like, see, like, obviously you done the right thing. You were quite smart in a way. You didn't go pro after Rio, or sorry, after London, because you thought like, you know what, Commonwealth Games, home games, the amount of publicity you're gonna get, your name is gonna raise up. So that was a very, very smart move. But the win the Commonwealth Games, put Rio 2016 on your radar, or are we always gonna go pro?
Yeah, no, I was always going to go pro after the Commonwealth Games, no matter what. I mean,
Yeah.
I was on the GB Olympic setup, so I was contracted into the 2016 Commonwealth Games in another cycle, but
Yeah.
I decided that after the Commonwealth Games and me winning it, and my profile
It was
sort of
massive.
shooting up after a Holmes game, I thought I had to strike while the iron was hot, and my name was hot property. you know,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have been any guarantees that I went to Rio anyway, because it would have to have been selected
Yeah, it's true.
over the two favourites down in England, you know,
Yeah.
to go and qualify. Rather than go and qualify through Scotland again, I'd have to do it through GB and be selected, which just was never going to happen because of the politics down there and the favouritism of the lads and things like that. So I knew that I had to get on my horse and turn pro.
Because I can remember the Connacht games in Glasgow. Obviously both was won gold. And I remember offered, you were named the second best boxer in the games.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was the first.
Oh, well, yeah, oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's good here. Obviously, you yourself, you transitioned very, very well to the pros. You know, you won the Commonwealth title, I think it was, in your seventh fight before going to pick up the WBC silver. Like, did you feel you were being progressed at the right time and the right stage?
I thought it was being progressed brilliantly because what I said at the start of my career as well, I didn't want to turn pro and then go and fight 10, 15 journeymen, you know, and go back the way in terms of level of opposition. I wanted to get in there straight away and get good fights and test myself straight away. I think I had 2 or 3 fights with relative journeymen, and then I jumped in with Dave Ryan, a seasoned professional.
Yeah.
And so it showed my class in that fight straight away, took him to bits, and then obviously took Harry Davis apart as well for that belt, and you know, and just kept progressing up. Miguel Vasquez, and then Victor Postel, and then into the series. You know, just kept climbing. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Just kept climbing the level of opposition quite steadily and quite aggressively as well. So that's what I wanted, and that was what I made sure was happening as well.
Like you say, you fought Victor Apostol quite early in your career. You're still relatively early in your career at the minute. You know, you fought and beat him. And Apostol's only loss at the time was to Terence Crawford. And still to this day, it's two losses to yourself and Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you feel getting that fight, given it was a massive step up?
Oh, it was a massive step up. I always thought, right, I know I'm world class. I know I'm world class. I know I'm world class. I can beat these guys. But is this coming a wee bit too soon? Is this pushing the boat out a wee bit too far too soon?
Yeah.
At the start, I thought I can beat them, but what happens if I don't win? And that's going to set my goals back. And you know, you got the wee bits of doubts. But you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself in that camp because I knew I was world class, but I had to prove it to everybody else.
Yeah.
In the world watching in the boxing scene that never really or heard of me or kind of hadn't really saw what I was made of in that yet. So I felt that I had to prove to everybody else that I was world class. So I put a lot of pressure on myself in training camp for that fight, and it showed in the first half of the fight. In my performance, I was quite tight and tense and trying to knock him out and loading up, and you know, and then I relaxed in the second half of the fight and started boxing him and started relaxing him, hitting him with good shots, and then in the 10th round I dropped him, and you know, I finished the fight like a bull. So it was a great learning fight for me. Not just the fight, but the build up in the camp and the mentality and everything. It's just I learned so much about myself in that lead up to that fight.
Like the Muhammad Ali Trophy tournament, it's a tournament where you became the world champion. You beat 3 unbeaten fighters who were very, very good as well to be the winner. Who would you say would have been your hardest fight from, or not your hardest opponent, but your hardest match basically in that tournament?
I would probably say Baranchek was the strongest of the 3. He was very physically strong, and he was the hardest puncher of the 3, definitely. But saying that, it was quite easily outboxed at times, and I could have made that fight real easy for myself just by boxing and moving and jabbing and not getting involved. But because I knew it was my world title shot and he was the champion, I knew I had to rip it off his hands. So I got involved a wee bit too much and got involved in a fight. But it was a great fight, and it was good, but like I had to make sure and take the sort of any doubts out the judges'
Yeah.
minds that I was the only winner. So I could have went about a different way, but I chose to have a fight and take it off him.
Yeah, because I actually remember that fight because obviously it was for the tournament, but ultimately it was for your first world title. So I'm sure the nerves were much more intense because of what was at stake. Not the tournament, but the actual title. So
Yeah,
it'd be a different ball game, like thinking about it.
yeah. Well, it was the title, it's the world title shot, and he's the champion.
Yeah,
And the challenger usually always has to rip the title off the champion to get the decision. So
yeah,
just going through history and boxing, how many times you've seen it in the challengers maybe just outbox the champion and the champions retain
doesn't
the
get it.
title and stuff. So I was wanting to
No.
make sure that didn't happen, and I wanted to take that out of the judges' hands and make sure that I won the fight.
What would you say would have been like the highest moment so far in your career?
The highest moment was it's kind of the two. My last two fights was kind of on a parallel, um, purely because the first one was my first world title, so that was like unbelievable. I had achieved
Yeah,
my world, my lifelong dream and ambition of becoming world champion. I had achieved it, so that was just a pure relief and joy and just a pure proud moment. And then the next one was obviously to become unified world champion,
yeah,
which I didn't expect to be involved in any kind of fights for another couple of years yet. It never usually happens as quick, but it was
yeah,
straight after the world title fight, straight into a hard defence, against another champion. It wasn't a voluntary
yeah,
defence or anything like that. It was straight into the other top guy in division in progress. So it was a hard fight straight away for me as well. So I take great pride in I done that fight with sort of. I think I won that fight with about 3 rounds. In my own card, I thought I won that fight with 3 rounds, and I boxed brilliant. I could have
yeah,
went about it a wee bit different again. I shouldn't have got involved quite as much, but I did. I knew that was my strong point and his weak point, so I knew that I had the beating of him, and I got to come out with the win with unified champions. So I
unreal.
was proud. These two fights are the two proudest parts of my moment in my career.
What would you say would have been the lowest moment so far of your career, both amateur and professionally?
Oh, I've had a couple of lows in the amateur games. Like fighting in the world championships and European championships with one hand. Feeling that I could beat these guys winning and getting medals, but I never quite got the decision because I
Yeah,
was over in Kazakhstan fighting the Kazakh, where the fight could have went either way. I only had one hand. I never had any sparring before the tournament and things like that. And then going to all these multi-nations tournaments, spending a lot of time away from home, over in Europe and wherever, and going away and getting robbed for victories and robbed with
yeah,
medals and bad decisions. You know what it's like, Paddy?
yeah.
It's hard, and that it can be quite
It's very
sort of
off-putting.
deflating at times. It can be deflating at times, and then
Yeah,
you're back. You come back to the UK or Scotland, and you're not really at home anyway. I'm back down in Sheffield Monday to Thursday,
exactly.
training again, and and then going away again another tournament, getting robbed on another fight, and it can be quite low. It can
You,
be quite low.
like you talk about going to Sheffield there, like the start of your pro career, you travelled to London, and given you were probably used to training away from home, anyways, but
Yeah.
did it have any effect on you regarding like leaving your family and friends to go and train like away from Edinburgh?
Nah, not for me. I feel I need to get away. I feel because I've done it for such a young age, traveling away from home and training away from home and being away from home for long periods of time. I'm used to it,
Yeah,
so I feel like when I do go home, it's a bit of a holiday.
yeah,
It's a luxury for me to be home, Paddy. So you kind of take your eyes off the balls. You don't train as hard because you go and see your friends, family, people that you haven't seen for a time, and
yeah,
you don't train as hard. So for me, I prefer to be away from home and my home comforts. Like,
yeah. Like, do you feel like to make it as a pro, especially at your level, you need to get out of your comfort zone.
100%. You need to be, 100%. You need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. 100%. You need to do
Yeah.
the things that you don't want to do. You have to sacrifice the things that you don't want to sacrifice. 100%. That's all part of the game. If you don't get out of the sport what you want, because you're not putting it in,
Yeah. Like, how do you feel now about like fighting behind closed doors?
If I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan. It kills the sport. I mean, that experience of the fighting, that you fighting in front of thousands of people, you know.
Yeah. Josh, you're just breaking up a bit there, so you are.
You might, if or a big, hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah. Aye. What I was saying is, I think the experience of of fighting, like, fight thousands of people, and what's going to happen, you might get hurt in the fire in your belly. So no,
Yeah.
having that might affect some people's. If I have to do it, I'll go back to the amateur.
Yeah.
When you go into these matches yourself, amateur tournaments, there's only maybe 50 people in the place at the pitch, so be right anyway.
Here as well, Josh, before I ask you something else, it is cutting out a bit. Most people are either sitting or something.
Hear me now?
I can hear you now perfectly, yeah.
Right, perfect.
Is there any word on your next fight?
I've not heard anything. I'm just out here in Fort Ventura, and we lost to come over here. So we're just getting fit in shape, and September, October, but we're trying to find out and see. So we're getting ourselves ready and shape now.
Yeah. Here, it keeps cutting out, mate. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Must be.
I'll try move inside, Paddy. I'll move inside.
Yeah. Okay.
See if it's any better.
Yeah.
Is that a bit better?
That's far better. So here, is there any chance we'll see a fight Jose Ramirez?
Well, I think he's got his mandatory first. Then obviously I've got my mandatory. The captain comes from for title. I'm to get everyone's plain sailing, and we can get Ramirez fight next.
Yeah. Is there any, like, obviously you're top of the tree and super lightweight. Is there any plans for you to jump out the welter and try to fight fellas like Khan, Garcia, Crawford, or them boys? No, just to further your legacy.
Eventually, doing the line. That finish what I'm doing here at light welterweight. I want to get my hands on another 2 belts, become undisputed world since Ken Buchanan.
Yeah.
Also from the same as me. So that 4-7 and hopefully chase a weight world title. That's longer. You know what I mean? One fight at a time.
Yeah.
But that is the longer term goals. That is the longer term goals.
I seen Lomachenko recently saying he's moving to super lightweight and wants to fight in the UK. What do you think about that fight?
That would be class. If he was in the amateurs in the WSB, but I broke my hand 2 weeks before it fighting Valentino over in Italy. I couldn't do that. Sam Maxwell had to step in. He ended up getting to fight him twice. So I'd love to share a nice fight. You know, he's brilliant. He might be a wee bit too small for light welter, but I think it would be a brilliant fight.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
Definitely. So here we're going to do a quick fire round. If you could choose a different sport, what would it be?
MotoGP.
Yeah, MotoGP. Who would you say is your greatest rival?
My greatest rival? I'd say probably my last fight, Progress, because what was at stake was the 2 titles, you know, and everyone was on the line. So there was no disrespect. It was just pure competitiveness. So I would say that was the best one so far.
Do you have any pre-fight superstitions?
Nah, not really. I just come out, go into the change room and I lay on my fights and that's it. Yeah. Put some tunes on, chill out and relax.
Do you have any favourite quotes or favourite sayings?
No, really not. One that always sticks out is one of my dad's gives me. If you're going to do something, do it right. Going to do something, make sure you're doing it right, do it properly, do it with your full heart. So that's one that always sticks with me.
Who's your favourite sports person, past or present?
I'll honestly probably Valentino Rossi as a kid growing up in MotoGP. So I've always been into my motorbikes and through my life. So I always looked up to Valentino Rossi. So I'd say probably him.
Brilliant. Well, listen, Josh, that was very, very brilliant. Very, very good. And it was great to have you on the PaddyCast. And I wish you all the best for your next fight.
Aye, cheers, Paddy, man. Thanks for having me, man.
You're the man.
Yeah,